cool olive undertones. Today we are trying out the Urban Decay Face Bond self-setting waterproof foundation. And what I love most about this foundation and this entire line is the fact that they include olive undertones. And that's something that they talk about on their website, is how they have added these green pigments for those of us that have olive in us. And it has been a long trial of finding foundations that work for me personally, because I do have some olive undertones in me. And if you don't know anything about your undertone, make sure to check out my undertone video where I break everything down and how to find your undertone, and also my foundation video, which shows you how to match foundations to your undertone. This foundation, I have been using it for a few months now. I wanted to give it a good go before getting on here and sharing all about it. This is number 13, Light Medium Cool Olive. Now, this is too dark for me when I do not have a tan, but I do have a tan right now. I've been self-tanning. It is the winter, but I want to match this color on my neck, and this foundation does an excellent job. They say it's medium buildable coverage on the website, but that's why it works so well. It evens out the skin tone without washing out the rest of your skin. Shade matching is also not as imperative when you have a lighter coverage foundation because it's much more forgiving. I am not technically a cool olive undertone. I'm more neutral to warm, but this works for me because it has the olive undertone in it and because it is not a full coverage foundation. So if you're looking for full coverage, this is not the one to go to. But if you like lighter to medium coverage foundations and buildable foundations, I think you're gonna really love this. I've already done all of my skin prep, so all of my skincare plus my SPF, and then this is the next thing that goes on. I prefer applying this with my fingers because I feel like it gives me the best coverage and the most control, but I always go over it with a beauty blender to make sure all of the edges are really blended. I'll need this, maybe a little bit more, but you really don't need much. So you can see how good of a match this is to my neck. My face is quite pale right now. I do not self-tan my face. I also use retinols. So my face is pretty pale. This is my natural skin tone and undertone. But I want to make sure that I look like one person from top to bottom. So I want to make sure that I match my neck. And this gives a really beautiful match from my face seamlessly down to my neck and chest. It applies really easily, and if you like quick foundations, this is a quick foundation to use. It goes on so quickly in the morning when I'm rushing to get to work. And then on Urban Decay's website, they suggest putting it directly onto the beauty blender, like this, and then applying to the face. I think that uses too much product, to be completely honest. So I'm not a fan of applying it directly to the beauty blender, but as I mentioned, I do like using the beauty blender over what I've already applied to make sure everything is seamlessly blended. So if I move a little bit closer to the camera, you'll see how beautifully this sits on the skin. This is a matte finish foundation. I use a lot of glowy type skincare, so I never truly get a matte finish when I have all of my skincare products underneath. But it is self-setting, and if I use my fingers and press on, I don't get anything. So it does self-set really, really well. Products layer beautifully over this foundation, so I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll come back with my final thoughts. I'm adding my concealer, and I do like to spot conceal anything that's still peeking through, but this does a really good job of evening out the skin tone and covering a lot of those blemishes. So I have some darker blemishes that I do need to cover, like right here. But the rest of my face has been evened out and looks really, really lovely. I put my bronzer on really messily, but it will all work out, I promise. I'm going to be making a dedicated video to this blush. It's Lauren Brooke color, and this is Chantilly pink. They make the most beautiful blushes I have ever tried. Look at that glow. Even though this is self-setting, I am very oily, so I do prefer to powder, especially around my T-zone. This is another favorite I need to do a dedicated video on. This is the Westman Atelier mascara. So good. I'm wearing it on both top and bottom lashes today. And there we go. Stunning makeup in minutes. Everything layered over really beautifully. It is a beautiful self-setting foundation. I haven't checked if it's waterproof, but I can wear this 24/7. I never wear my makeup 24/7. I can wear this all day long from the time I get up in the morning and go to work, and I leave my makeup on until late at night, and I do not need to touch up. It looks beautiful. It lasts. It does not separate on me. It does not get into my fine lines. And I think it's a really beautiful foundation. Thank you, Urban Decay, for making olive undertone foundations. I appreciate that so much. And if you are looking for a foundation that can match you and you think you might be an olive undertone, definitely check out this line. I think they've done a beautiful job with their shade ranges. So if you try this foundation, let me know in the comments, like, subscribe. It really helps me out. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a lovely day, and I'll see you soon.